right. Should be up and running here. We got about 7.5 minutes until the close. All right, but let's go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for May 9th, 2022. SPY down 3.5% and Q's down 4.25. Coming into today, bearish. Right, we acknowledge that we were a little bit extended already on the weekly, and if you did the open with me today, I said, there's no reason for us to bounce this morning except for that. That's the only thing that you could point to say maybe we need to rest a little bit, maybe we get a small bounce first, but it'll be short-lived. Why? Because overall we are bearish, and we are remaining bearish going into tomorrow. Today's gap down and follow through, of course, doesn't change our bearishness, right? Because if anything, that just confirms that the market is still very, very bearish. Okay, so going into tomorrow, all right, we're seeing a little bit more extension now on the hourly and on the weekly, as we described already. Daily a little bit, right? But I'm not expecting much of a bounce if we get one going into tomorrow, okay? The focus tomorrow will be, we'll have plenty of gaps, and then we'll have, I hope, plenty of scalps. So if you're in the room today, you traded with me this morning, you know a lot of things being watched, a lot of things that were working as scalps as the market today was in a consistent downtrend, okay? All right, let's take a look at some of the plays from today. So one of them was the ARVL. ARVL, I like this a lot. This was an additional find after the open because cleared of all support there. Looks like it's actually going to close again back here at the lows on the ARVL, back down to the lows. Such a nice chart. And level 2 was good. This was one of the best level 2s I saw all day on the ARVL. So level 2... had a really strong offer and a really weak bid. You can even see it right here as we finish up here. So again, there it is. The bid staying really weak there, and plenty more on the offer. Okay, so that was like that most of the day. There were a couple times where it popped, but then it went right back into this same mode. So we saw a lot of that today. I thought ARVL was one of the best and most consistent ones. All right, so this was really, really nice, the ARVL. I did give this, I did try a chart trade today. Not everything was a scalp, but as you'll see, this was the only one I tried because it was pretty sloppy and it didn't work as well as I hoped. Okay. So I initially got in it off of this buy setup here that you can see highlighted off the 20 MA. Took some on the initial move up. Was looking for something closer to 260. And then I got trailed out of it because it wasn't looking great. And the market was staying really, really weak. So I ended up killing it right there. And then I got back in. And then the retry ended up failing. So this ended up going from up a little bit to down because of the retry. So did retry it there as it was trying to break above and failed. And after that, everything else I did was scalps. No more chart trades. Now, it wasn't because I decided that no chart trades were going to work today. It's that a lot of the charts just didn't look all that great. And then the ones that did set up, like the ARVL, they were playable as scalps. So then, ENDP, ENDP was one. I mean, look, right? You can see all these bases. You're basically playing them with basically 1 cent risk. Okay, so that's why. So a lot of things that were setting up as scalps and had good level 2s. Okay, so I think IMGN, which worked, and then the second time I tried, I couldn't get filled. That's also going to be a part of the scalps, but IMGN. So nice sell setup there as well in the afternoon. I think it was also probably okay to play in the morning. I don't remember playing it in the morning, but you can see there, nice follow through. And then the level 2 looked good, so you might as well play as a scalp there. We also had the FFIE, which unfortunately I tried, but not available. I mean, look at these patterns, aren't they pretty? But was not available on TOS. So this, you're risking only a penny. So it ended up being that the best chart plays were scalps as well. So you might as well take advantage of the reward to risk, right? So that's why. So, you know, after kind of giving that BTTX a try, I didn't try any other chart trades. Everything else was scalps. So, you know, if you're in the room, honestly, if you're in the room, this is where I find that there is the most amount of value in having so many eyes on charts, because with chart trades you can anticipate, okay, I need at least, you know, this many bars before this is a good base. I need at least two more higher lows before this is a sell setup. With the scalps, they can look good at any time, right? Any second, any point in the day. Okay, now it's set up and now it wants to go, right? So something like this, you know, you could put it in as a chart play, put in the entry, and then have the stop over the top, but you also want to be able to add. So having people watching it and giving a heads up when things are about to trigger, about to go, is so helpful in this kind of situation. Okay, so so yeah, just lots of scalps. I'll try to kind of go over them. If you know, it turns out that in the days to come that we get a lot more scalps, try to go over some of them because you can carry them over into the next day. Okay, AUR was another one. Now the AUR, unfortunately, this one I initially was good, worked, and then when I tried to flip it, I started to mess it up a little bit. So I tried playing it long off the bottom, trying flipping it when it looked like it was gonna move back up, just again as a scalp, just to see, you know, whatever it would give. And that time it got me. It popped up a little bit, I got in, and then it immediately reversed, and then again here got in, and then reversed right back down and got out. So I ended up giving all of the money I made from the short, I gave it all back with those attempts to play it long, unfortunately. So so there were these, you know, the flips can be a little bit harder, but you know, it eventually did bottom and had a nice move up. So I mean, the idea was right, the timing was wrong, execution was wrong on the AUR. So but I'll try to go over them because they'll be good to carry over into the next day. Okay, especially the best ones for me today is definitely the ARVO. All right, so this was the one. So we'll see if we get some more follow through. This had a little bit of its own, you know, move momentum. Also, that's also what you want to see. Typically the best scalps are ones that are gaps as well. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right. So we'll be back at it tomorrow. It should be a lot tomorrow, a lot of gaps, and then possibly a lot of scalps. And then, as has been the case all earnings season, you know, things are moving and very market dependent. So there's plenty to keep an eye out for, plenty to consider. So make sure you get lots of rest tonight, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. All right. Have a good evening.